Good morning, this is Yusuf presenting you another episode of Spaceweather News on this lovely Tuesday morning, 15 December 2020. So let's begin. Today nothing major going on. Let's check the solar wind, and I do believe everything looks normal, as you can see. Maybe here a small impact, but everything stays on the low side, just something tiny happening here. The BZ component is open, so solar wind is pouring in. This might produce a little bit of auroral activity. It might not. It's nothing really major. Let's check. Let's check these sunspots. But first, let's check the flaring. Let's check the flare. There was a C flare yesterday. This I wanted to mention, and you probably already know this. It produced a CME, which wasn't Earth directed, I believe. And they say yesterday CME will probably miss Earth, so this won't impact, I think. But something caught my attention. So while I was watching the Lasco C3, I noticed something, and I think this is a sun-diving comet over here. So I checked the other animation, the C3 Lasco, and here you can actually see it. Let me just slow down the animation a little bit so you can see it. And I believe it will happen now. Yeah, actually it's already happening, I just missed it. There it is. See, that's a sun-diving comet, I think, or an asteroid. So there you have it, Sundiver today, or yesterday, it's probably from yesterday. But other than that, really, the KP is normal, low. No major flaring today, we already saw that, and sunspots are relatively normal. They are not complex. I believe this one is alpha, this one is beta. Classified as such, so they don't really pose a risk for major solar flares. But we'll see, they might get complex once they get Earth facing. It's still too early to tell. But for now, there's not much going on in space. This over here, for those of you interested, is a satellite image of the actual eclipse. So as you can see, it happened over South America as we discussed it. And strangely enough, when I checked the major quakes for today, actually this is from yesterday, still from yesterday, and look at the timestamp. It happened exactly when that solar eclipse just was over here, because it happened. The solar eclipse started at 16 UTC, and boom, a magnitude 6 earthquake in Chile. And at that moment, the solar eclipse was here, I think, in this region. So that's a nice coincidence. But other than that, as you can see, there isn't really much going on. Let me refresh that. Most other, yeah, but this is on the fault line. This is in the Norwegian Sea, almost a 6-pointer. Other than that, 5 magnitude and 4 on the ring of fire, so not really something to discuss. So let's start with some headlines. On Earth Sky, and I will leave the link below of all these headlines so you can check them. I will just go to the headlines. NASA announces 18 astronauts, and this is a nice video where you can actually see, I believe, let me zoom that in, each astronaut. So there are 18 astronauts for the Artemis mission, and it's nice to meet them in this video. Next, yes, a strong explosive eruption at Etna volcano. So I'm going to read just the headline. A strong explosive eruption started at Etna volcano on December 13, 2020, ejecting volcanic ash up to 4.8 kilometers above sea level by 23 UTC. The aviation color code was raised to red. This is actually important because I do believe the Etna belongs to the older volcanoes, and they say When old volcanoes become active, or they wake up or they erupt, that's usually a bad sign, because they are tied to major events. So there you have it, the Etna erupting in Italy. Then tropical cyclone Yasa expected to make landfall over Viti Levu, Fiji. So there is a tropical cyclone formed on December the 12th. The current forecast track takes Yasa over Viti Levu, Fiji on December the 17th, with maximum sustained winds of 165 kilometers per hour or 100 miles per hour. Yes, so the tropical cyclone will make landfall in Viti Levu in the Fiji region. And finally, from the watchers still, severe storm bring massive rains to Queensland and North Australia. I don't know how to do this abbreviation, but obviously to Queensland and another part of Australia. Let me just read this headline. An intense low pressure through of the coast of Southeast Australia has brought torrential rains, floods, damaging winds and dangerous waves to southeast Queensland. There you have it, and northern New South Wales. So that would be this, northern New South Wales in Australia. Over the weekend, with authorities describing the impacts as similar to that of a Category 1 cyclone, while the threat has eased on Monday. December 14th, severe storm, thunderstorm and flood warnings remain in force. So let's check that video. So there you have it, flooding in Queensland and northwestern Wales in Australia because of heavy rains. For those of you living in Australia, this might be interesting. Now, I will leave a link down below of all these articles so you can check them out later. Then, yes, democracy prevailed. Biden says after US Electoral College confirms his win. That's basically what we already know. Biden won the election, but Trump didn't really accept that. So, as you can see, President-elect Joe Biden delivered a forceful rebuke on Monday to President Donald Trump's attacks on the legitimacy of his victory hours after winning the state-by-state electoral college vote that officially determines the US presidency. Yeah, I included this because obviously President-elect Joe Biden won, and there's no reason for Trump to do what he's doing. I think it's just a matter of respecting the new elect president. He won, and that's a good thing, I suppose. So this brings us to the end of this space weather news edition of today. I'm not sure if I will in the evening make a second video because I have to work later on, and usually I'm too tired to do this in the evening, so that's why I did it this morning. Hit the like button if you liked the video as usual. A sub would be wonderful. Because I don't have many subscribers since this channel is new. And I guess I see you next time. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye.